All right, I'm back. It's Rob the Darksider talking a little Jets. Today I want to talk about Braxton Berrios. All right? Sign him. End of video. Take care. We'll take you soon. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Sign the guy, okay? My initial thought was he's too small. He's not going to be able to take the hits, whatever. We're going to get to all of that in a second. But more importantly, the Jets have a lot of cap room. And I'm not usually a guy to go around throwing money around, but the Jets have a lot of cap room. They have been without weapons for years. And I know you can go draft weapons, you could do whatever, but Braxton Berrios is a weapon. The guy's jacked for a little dude. He's jacked. He's built. He's ripped. I don't think he's a wimpy little dude who's going to get hit and run. That's not to say he can be your 6'4" possession receiver and be your number one guy, go over the middle. But for what Braxton Berrios is, which is your return guy, your gadget guy, and a good solid slot receiver, maybe a fourth receiver, you can't go wrong. And if he was a top guy, he'd be getting $25 million a year. So if you're going to say, well, I don't want to do this, I don't know, if you'd rather win the salary cap battle and pay as little as you can, go for it. Then we're going to end up with some other schmuck. But I say you sign the guy. He's a weapon. He is semi-homegrown. He didn't start here, but he's pretty much homegrown. He didn't do anything in his previous stop in New England. And speaking of New England, you know that's where he's going to end up. And he's going to torture us for 15 years, 10 years, whatever it is. But now back to Braxton Berrios' size. People are talking about being the new Wayne Krabet, and I'm like, come on, stop. Wayne Krabet was much bigger. No, he wasn't. Wayne Krabet was the same size, and I think Wayne Krabet played in an era when players weren't nearly as big as they are now. They get bigger and faster all the time, so Wayne Krabet looked like a little bit of a bigger dude, and Berrios looks like a midget, but I'm sorry, a little person. I don't mean to offend anyone. But Berrios is pretty much the same size as Krabet. I am going to give you a list of 5 receivers that have made a big impact over the past 15 to 20 years in the NFL, and Braxton Berrios. And I am not saying he's these guys at all. I'm just saying that if we think that quick, small, guys with heart, Berrios got some heart, dude cares. If you're going to tell me that guys like that can't make it in the NFL, I got 5 guys who will. Okay, one of them is active. One of them just retired recently, and the other 3 go back a little ways. Are we ready? Wes Welker, all right? 5'9", 175 in his playing days. 5'9", that's smaller than me. I'm 5'10", I'm 210. I should be 180. But Wes Welker's smaller than me, and I ain't getting on any football fields. But Wes Welker, I would say, was a pretty goddamn good receiver. Okay, Julian Edelman, the guy who followed him in New England, 5'10", 198. So I mean, significantly bigger on the weight size and an inch taller. But Julian Edelman, 5'10", 198. Okay, let's talk about Wayne Krabet, everybody's favorite Jet. Let's come back to Wayne Krabet. Steve Smith, right? Little guy. Now, Smith's a little different. He's a little different. He wasn't a slot receiver. I know he was an outside guy. He wasn't as much a gadget guy, but he was a small dude. Steve Smith is listed at 5'9", 185. I don't think he was 5'9". I remember him being around 5'7" when he was in the league. But let's say he's 5'9", 185, okay? Tyreek Hill, who's playing in the league now, fantastic. Berrios would never be Tyreek Hill. But again, we're just trying to illustrate size here. Tyreek Hill, 5'9", 185. So here's your 4 guys so far. 5'9", 175, 5'10", 198, 5'9", 185, 5'10", 185. Okay, Wayne Krabet, everybody's favorite guy to compare Berrios to because he was a Jet, probably because he was a little white guy. Hey, man, let's be real. I mean, the whiteness has something to do with it, not because we like it better, but it's just a comparison thing. Just like most players come up, and if they're black, they usually compare it to black players, and white usually compare to white players. It just happens. Wayne Krabet, 5'10", 188. So he was slightly smaller than Julian Edelman, slightly bigger than Wes Welker, slightly bigger than Steve Smith, and roughly the same size as Tyreek Hill. How tall and how big is Braxton Berrios? Braxton Berrios is 5'9", 190. Okay? 5'9", 190. So Braxton Berrios is bigger than Wes Welker. He's slightly smaller than Julian Edelman. He's an inch shorter and a couple of pounds heavier than Wayne Krabet. He is bigger than Steve Smith, and he is an inch shorter and a few pounds heavier than Tyreek Hill. So If you're telling me that Braxton Berrios can even be, half of what those guys were, which he'll be better than half, I think, some of them. If you can't tell me that Braxton Berrios is going to be half of what these guys were, and it's only going to cost you $9 million a year, I think you do it. Keep the guy. Sign Braxton Berrios. I hope you all agree. If you don't, you can shred me in the comments just like you did on that famous Josh Allen video. I'm still getting comments on that video. Man, you guys are the best. All right, Rob the Dockside ad. I'll be back soon. All right, take care. Sign Braxton Berrios.